story of my life began with influences like domestic violence, sexual abuse, mental illness, and suicide. How can you tell a story like that and stay happy? Boy. Pushing past limitations, doing things like you've never done them before. That's what being galvanized is all about. And today I am here to tell my story, my way. Ever since I was a small child, I had heard, "What goes along in this house stays in this house." And in 1981, I got out of that house. I ran away from home. And today I'm here to tell my story my way. I was 16 years old. I was living with stepdad number 2. And I was sick and tired of being pushed around. I was sick and tired of being pushed around. And one night, it all came to fruition. I was standing up for my rights, just like any 16-year-old does, and he wouldn't give them to me. I knew that he was out of control, but I also knew that if I didn't ask for what I wanted, I'd never get it. So I kept pushing for my agenda. I wanted new bedroom furniture. And he said, "I said no!" I was so sick of living in that house. I was benighted by living in that house, but I didn't know how to get out. Little did I know, I was in the process of solving my problem. You see, I had pushed him over the edge and forced him to utter these glorious words. "If you don't like the rules of this house, you can get out!" On the inside, I was like, yes! But I had to play it cool. So I said, okay. Then I took off to my room as fast as possible, put some things together, went in the backyard and got on my blue Schwinn beach cruiser. I had my radio, my poster boards, a pillow, and a bag of clothes. I teetered unsteadily and erratically down the road to the only house I knew that would welcome me at 9 o'clock at night. It was the home of a woman I always called Mamacita. Sheri Galvanized was the single mother of 3 teenage girls. She lived in HUD housing. She bought her groceries with food stamps. We ate our breakfast courtesy of Ronald Reagan and the United States government. Reagan cheese, Reagan beans, Reagan rice, and Reagan butter. But the real food in that house was soul food. I filled myself up with as much as I could get before I got kicked out for destructive behavior. I slept in a camper parked in a driveway. I broke into hotel rooms at the Alibaba on Harbor Boulevard. And eventually I bought myself a 1969 Chevy Bel Air and moved into the back seat. I was homeless for about a year. And for a short period of time, I lived with this completely insane couple. Now, when I say insane, Let me just give you a couple examples. My roommate held a machete to his girlfriend's neck. My roommate's friends beat me unconscious and left me bleeding in an alley at the beach. And then there's a night I will never forget when I invited a couple of my friends over to party. And my roommate hurled glass-sized candles, restaurant-sized candles, at the wall right above people's heads. And as crazy as all of that sounds, today I'm here to say something I never thought I would say. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. I'm proud of myself for getting on that bicycle at 16 years old and never going back. I applaud the courage it takes to go out into the unknown and leave my home in search of a better life. And I know that it was only part one of my declaration of independence from violence. I never had to live with an abuser again. There's always more than one way to tell a story. The story I want to tell is one of a living example of the famous quote, "Whatever doesn't kill you will only make you stronger." And I'm stronger than I've ever been. In fact, I am galvanized and reinforced by agape love. That's the story I want to tell. Madam Toastmaster.